Hi everybody. I was getting ready to go on a trip. I'm packing up and thought I would sort through my little field kit for drawing. And as I started to do that, I thought, oh, this is a great opportunity to do a little video for you. Since I'm flying, woo, first time in so long, I thought, oh, I better check and make sure that what's in my kit isn't going to cause me any trouble through security. So let's take a look at what I have dumped out of my field kit. And here's all the goodies. So here's my pouch. Grab this real quick. It's a nice little pouch. It's about 12 inches by 10 inches. It's about 4 inches thick when it's really full, and it's got a great long shoulder strap so that I can put it crossbody over my shoulder. It's not going to be flopping around. It'll be secure. I won't be trying to put it on the ground and maybe tripping over it or getting it stolen or who knows what. It's really great to have it crossbody. So that's my pouch. It's really handy. This is all the good stuff that I had in it. So, you know, going out this trip, that trip, you tend to collect things. So I wanted to keep this really as light and minimal as possible. And one thing that I have is this little zipper pencil case, and it just keeps everything in there nice and organized. And then this came with my pouch, my kit pouch there, and it attaches with Velcro onto the shoulder strap, so you can keep the pencils and pens that you're using currently real handy right there on your shoulder strap. So that's really great. The next thing here is my sketchbook, which is small. It's that long landscape format I like a lot. I can do vertical things or I can do horizontal things. This is a brand, it's called HandBook. It's hard on both sides and it's easy to hold and draw. Really great. So the paper in it is thick enough to handle a little bit of watercolor, a light, you know, little bit of a wash, not too drippy, but it will handle watercolor just fine. It'll take graphite, colored pencil, pen and ink, whatever you like. It's a good paper, and it's sort of a buff color, which is nice. So that's my sketchbook. And then the other thing that is in my pouch is this little thing that I used to sit on, and I just got a really inexpensive sunshade for your windshield, and it's sort of like bubble wrap, but it's got foil on one side and it's got this sort of camouflage on the other. I like it because it doesn't really stick out if you're out in the woods, right? So long as you don't have the foil side up. What is nice about this is you can set it on the ground. If the grass is a little bit damp, you won't get your pants all soggy from sitting in the grass, or maybe, you know, it's a little bit more comfortable because it's got that cushion from sitting on a rock, or if maybe you're sitting on a log and it's kind of dirty, it'll keep your clothes a little bit cleaner if you're worried about that sort of thing. But anyway, this is really comfortable to sit on if you need to. Let's see. So the other things that are in my kit are a little traveling watercolor kit. This is Winsor & Newton, and just a small kit is all it takes. Water brush to go along with that. You see that I have two water brushes here. One is water for my watercolors, and one is OMS for dissolving and blending colored pencils. So what else do I have? I've got mechanical pencils, a variety of erasers, Look at that, all kinds of erasers. There you go. Pencil sharpeners, that goes with the erasers, colored pencils, pens, magnifying glass, viewfinder. All right, so what do I not want to take? Well, I want to make sure I leave my OMS at home. It's not terribly flammable, but it is a flammable substance, and I don't want to take that on the airplane. I don't want to, get in trouble and have this confiscated at security, so I'm going to leave that behind. The other water brush, I'm going to go ahead and empty the water out of it. It's not very much, and I don't think anybody really worried about it, but you never know. I've been stopped for art supplies several times, and you'd think, why am I getting stopped in security at the airport over pastels? But they look weird on the x-ray, so you have to be careful of that sort of thing. So I'm going to empty the water out of this because you're not supposed to bring liquids of any kind on the plane unless they're in your little quart size thing where you're keeping all your toothpaste and stuff like that. So I'm going to empty this out before I pack up to go, just to be on the safe side. Let's see. All right, so I've got my mechanical pencil. That's definitely going to go, along with some extra leads. I've got a mechanical non-photo blue pencil, which is really great for doing sketches, the preliminary sketches of any kind of a drawing, whether it be colored pencil or starting out something with some pen and ink. That's really nice. It's also erasable. And then here are some more leads for that. Now, erasers. Let's take a look at this. I probably don't need to carry around this giant hunk of vinyl eraser, especially because I've got a vinyl eraser on this pencil and one on this pencil. So I'm kind of covered on that. Although I might go ahead and bring my tiny Mono Zero stick eraser, just because it is such a fine little eraser. I like it so much. I will want to take one kneaded eraser. I don't need two. I don't know how come I've got two of them in there. And since these guys pick up where, these erasers are just fine, I don't need another one. So I'm going to leave that medium size eraser at home. Pencil sharpeners for my colored pencils. I really only need one, so I don't know why I have three, but we'll leave two of those at home. So I've got that. I'm whittling it down, aren't I? Looking pretty good. Let's see, what else? My magnifying glass. Well, this is really great if I'm going camping and I'm planning to really get into the botanical side of things in my sketchbook, and I really want to get a good look at something. I love this, but for the sake of this trip and keeping it really light and lightweight and minimalist, I'm going to leave that guy home. I can always use the little feature in my iPhone to zoom into something if I needed to, so that's good. Let's see, pens. Let's take a look at my pens. I've got two microns. I love these. These are not water soluble, so I could do a little drawing with these and then put some watercolor over top and they won't bleed. I've got a 005 and a 03, so I've got a thicker one and a thinner one, which is really nice. I love these things for pen and ink drawings. I've got this Tombow N15. It's black, and on one side it's got a brush, and the other side it's got a fine tip, and that's really wonderful to do some ink drawings, ink paintings. These are soluble, water soluble, so you can take your water brush and make a little bit of a wash with it to blend some values, which is really nice. And if I think about it, if I remember, I'll go find my gray value, like medium value gray version of the same thing and carry that along with me. Really handy. And then the last pen I have here is a jelly roll, which is great to go back over colored pencil and maybe add highlight or some sort of a detail. And if you're going to use one of these opaque gel white pencils or white pens over your colored pencils, make sure you get a little bit larger one, and number 10 is what I like, because the smaller they are, the more they tend to dig up the wax of the colored pencil and get clogged. So even this one will become clogged occasionally, and you have to kind of scribble on something to get it to flow again. But get a number 10, so I'm going to keep that with me. And this thing is an embosser, and it's used to add delicate details to a drawing, like veins of a leaf or whiskers of a cat, something that you want to remain white when you're using colored pencil. You kind of score the paper, you emboss the paper, and so as you draw over that little dip in the paper with your colored pencils, it remains white. And I love this if I were planning to do a lot of drawings of leaves and detailed things like that. I would carry it with me, but because I'm going actually to a music festival and I don't anticipate doing that sort of work, I'm going to leave this home, mostly because I don't want to worry about it and I don't want to lose it, and I don't anticipate using it, so it's going to stay home. A viewfinder, it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's a medium gray. It's got a lot of uses for creating the view that you want and really kind of studying a scene, the proportions of a scene. So I'm going to go ahead and take that with me. And then this is really important to pay attention to if you're flying. Usually with drawing pencils, I'm sharpening them with my pocket knife, which I don't want to take with me because I don't want it confiscated. And neither do I want this confiscated. This is the other way I'll sharpen pencils, is with this retractable blade. And that's not good to carry with you flying, so I'm going to leave that behind. And then along with colored pencils, look at these pencils I've got here. Let's kind of sort through them just a little bit. We've got those. What do I want to take with me? Well, definitely taking my primaries. My cyan, my magenta, and my yellow. So this is, these are Prismacolor Premiers, and I've got lemon yellow, I've got process red, and I've got true blue. And with these three colors, I can create just about any color that I want. So very minimalist, traveling light. Your three primaries will get you, where you want to go with those colors. But if you need to go dark, then you should have a couple of dark colors. And look, I've got black grape. I've got 2 black grapes, so I only need one. So I'm going to set one aside. Though that makes really nice darks. So does sepia, which is a little bit more on the brown side of darks. So I can keep my sepia. So now I have 5 pencils. Look at this. I've got 2 non-photo blue pencils. That's great, except I've got my mechanical non-photo, which I'm going to just keep that, and I'm going to leave those others behind. Colors, you want to have a white just to lighten the value sometimes, and this gray lavender is pretty nice to help neutralize colors occasionally. That's great. And then these other 2 here are both colorless blenders. I only need one, so one of them stays home. And look at that, I'm really pared down all of that stuff that I had in my kit. And now I can fly and not worry about having things that might cause me at least delay in the security line or even having it confiscated. So there you go, that is my kit. And I'll pack that up and I'll be raring to go. I'll leave the list of my materials in the description, and hope that helps you just kind of see, you know, how little you actually need to take with you in the field, and particularly flying, and the things that you need to consider as you fly. There you go. Have fun. Enjoy your summer.